back there. I mean, he is insane. How do you make that catch?
Oh my goodness. This is sick. Put this to music. I don't think he stepped out either. That may be the greatest catch I've ever seen. You have to be kidding me. That is impossible. That is absolutely impossible.
Alright, guys, what's up? It's Ryan. This is Sports Life. You know the drill. I'm here to talk about sports, and that's where I'm going to start. So, I'm actually going to start with some tennis this week. The U.S. Open going on. You had Serena falling last night to Azarenka, which leaves Azarenka versus Osaka for the championship for the finals. Should be a pretty good matchup. It's sad to see Serena cannot seem to get over the hump. She is struggling to get to a final, but I think she'll get back. She'll be there. She's still one of the greatest in the world, and things happen to everybody. So we'll see. I think she is actually on the way back up, though. As for Azarenka and Osaka, I think Osaka has the advantage, but Azarenka has not got to a final since the last time she lost to Serena. So I think she is actually due for one. I think it's going to be a great matchup, though. And on the men's side, I saw something that was a little weird to me. You had Novak Djokovic, the number one player in the world, get defaulted for hitting a line judge with a ball. And for those of you that don't watch tennis, defaulted is being disqualified. I think that is ridiculous. It is a tournament. It is a major tournament. Why are you defaulting him for what was an obvious accident? He immediately went over and apologized. He did not mean to do it. That's a stupid rule. In tennis, you've got to get rid of that. There's no reason to even have that. I'm sorry. That is a dumb rule. And there's a reason I don't watch a whole lot of tennis, but that rule has got to go. If it was on purpose, that'd be one thing, but it was not. Now, so I did do my best play today that I like. It was obviously Odell making the spectacular one-handed finger grab over the Cowboys there. To me, that is probably the best catch I've ever seen. And his partner in crime as a former Giant, David Tyree, would have to be the second best with a helmet catch. So it's crazy. I'm not a Giants fan by any means, but they've got some crazy catches. All right, guys. We're gonna go right into NBA talks now. Are the Los Angeles teams destined to clash? Are the Rockets and Nuggets still alive? Do they still have some fight? I think it's probably over for both series. Now the Nuggets did make a comeback in 3-1 against the Jazz, but the Clippers are obviously a lot better. Now, on the other hand, the Rockets, I think they're outmatched now. They're faster, but they can't get it together. They should be the better team on the court, but they can't get it together. So LeBron and Anthony Davis are just destroying them right now. And it's not even stat wise, they're just beating them down. The Rockets look tired. The Nuggets, though, I think they could probably win today. I don't think they're actually going to keep the series alive very much longer. So I do think the LA teams are going to meet, and I think that Kawhi usually gets the better of LeBron. It feels like, but Kawhi can't do it by himself. You're gonna have to have Paul George step up, or Patrick Beverly, or just someone. Lou Williams is gonna have to drop quite a few points. Someone's gonna have to step up to help Kawhi get through the Lakers. Which I would much rather see the Clippers than the Lakers in the championship. I can't stand the Lakers. I can't stand LeBron. But that's a different point. So I think the Clippers do find a way to come out, and I do think they find a way to get to the finals. They look like they're playing better basketball. The Rockets are they're kind of cruising right now. Or not the Rockets, I'm sorry. The Lakers are just kind of cruising right now. And that's kind of showing. Yeah, again, we'll see. Both games going to game 5 today and tomorrow. So we'll see. But we're about to start getting down to the final 4 teams. And speaking of, one of those teams is the Heat, who's been resting for quite a while now. And they're going to face a Raptors or Celtics team that's going to be really exhausted from this 7-game series. The Raptors extended the series after a crazy, wild double overtime game the other day. Kyle Lowry just refused to say no in that game. But I think the Raptors do still have the advantage. I think they come out on top. Right now, I think the Heat is the best team left. I think they've played the best basketball. They haven't even lost yet. Well, I'm sorry, they lost 1 game to the Bucks, but that was more like they just kind of gave it up. They didn't lose that. They just kind of like, yeah, okay, we got it, and they went into cruise control too. So can't do that. It's the playoffs. Everything's rough. So you have to keep playing. A little bit more news around the league. Billy Donovan and the Oklahoma City Thunder decided to part ways. Me personally, as a Thunder fan, think that's kind of a great decision because he did nothing in the 5 years besides get to the first round. He also, that last game, Game 7 against the Rockets, he had 3 timeouts to basically figure out a play and get it inbounded. They couldn't even inbound the ball. There is something wrong if you have that long and you cannot design a play. So I kind of agree with the Thunder. I think it was time to move on from Billy Donovan. Also, if I was the Bucks, would I get rid of Mike Budenholzer? The guy is a great regular season coach. Great regular season coach. When he was with Atlanta, he'd win 55 to 60 games almost every year. But yet they were out the first or second round every single year. So his style, it works in the regular season, but it does not work in the playoffs when battles get tougher, the moments get hotter. So is Mike Budenholzer actually a good coach and a good fit for the Bucks? I think he's a great regular season coach, but I don't think he's a good playoff coach. So take that as you will. I think the Bucks will never win a championship with him as their coach. And they better hurry up soon because Giannis is probably about to leave. But there's still hope. There's a lot of talk about being traded. I know there's talk about him possibly going to the Warriors, which, oh goodness, if you put him, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson on the same team, you might as well forget it. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think the Bucks are probably going to make some changes. I don't know if Budenholzer's the one or where they decide to go, but I know Giannis wants the championship, and right now they are not a championship team. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's football time in Oklahoma. So, yes, we have college football tomorrow here. We are playing Missouri State. I'm proud of that. That's going to be a lot of fun for me. Get to watch Spencer Rattler make his debut, see how that team's progressed through the offseason, see if the defense has actually improved. Kind of funny, that same game, Missouri State's only playing one game all year, and it happens to be against my Sooners. They are literally coming down here for a paycheck, and they don't care. They're just trying to keep some programs alive, which I respect that, and I love it. I think it's great. So, Boomer Sooner. But I got to talk about other football stuff. Last night, we did have an NFL game. It is back. We got to watch Kansas City do what they do, roll all over Houston. But it wasn't necessarily the play of Mahomes. Mahomes still went out there, dropped 240 and 3 touchdowns. But it was more the play of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, the rookie out of LSU. Went off for 138 rush yards and a touchdown in his debut. That's a really impressive stat for a rookie. Not very many people would even get that many opportunities. He went in there and he basically shredded a J.J. Watt defense up. So that's impressive on its own. The best case scenario for them is that he keeps doing that. Puts a lot less pressure on Mahomes. They don't have to throw the ball as much. Now, on the other side of the ball, Houston, Deshaun Watson had a good game. I mean, he threw for 250 yards, a touchdown, and 1 interception. I think he ran for a touchdown. But he needs some receivers. He needs someone who's going to be like a 100-yard receiving game every single day. And he doesn't have that. So, without that, now Duke Johnson did have a good game. I think he rushed for 115 or 16, something like that. So that's not a terrible game, but he also needs some help. And, man, I feel for him. Because that's going to be a tough division with no one to throw it to. But maybe he'll figure it out. Maybe he'll get someone else out there. Now, here's an interesting story. NFL water boys make $53,000 a year. Could you imagine? Yeah, the only one I can picture is Bobby Boucher, obviously. But could you imagine being a water boy and getting paid what most people make in a year as a salary? Would that not be awesome? You literally get paid to be on the sideline of a football game. And all you're doing is getting water and Gatorade. That would be the life right there. Now, since we're still on the NFL topic, I think there is someone out there who is due for a breakout season. He had a really good season in 2018, got hurt last year. I think it's going to be Big Ben. I think he is going to have a phenomenal offensive season. I think that he is probably going to be in the top 5 of the league leaders. His schedule's fairly decent. He's not playing a whole lot of tough defenses. So I think that Big Ben is actually poised for a good season. I also think that maybe Matty Ice is poised for a good season. He's got healthy receivers. He's got Gurley now. So the Falcons could be also a little bit of a threat. If you're still doing a fantasy draft really quick, one guy I would still look out for is probably the Chargers defense. They've got a lot of talent on that defense, so. But we'll see. There's also, like I just said, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That would be a good pickup if he still needed a running back or something. That guy obviously is the real deal, and he is really out there doing good. So, all right, guys. I don't have a whole lot of football talk yet. Now, next week, after the first week, I will. I'll be able to talk about everybody that happened, all the college games, all the NFL games. But we're going to switch it over to hockey for now. Hockey, we've got Vegas, who fell to Dallas in overtime the other day. And Vegas was my pick to win. They are now down 2-1 in the series. I think they might be in a little bit of trouble. Dallas is a tough team. They play so fast, and I don't know. I think Vegas still comes out with it. I think Vegas is still going to win the Stanley Cup, but I think they're in trouble right now. That's really all I got for hockey. Not a whole lot actually happened this week in sports for the most part. Now, we've had the basketball games going, sure. We've had baseball going, which baseball, there is a team out there that is looking a lot better than I would say any other team did last week, and it's the Padres. They're having a really great kind of underdog season where no one expected them to do anything, and so far, all they've done is win games. They continuously have a great offense. They continuously are, improving every single game, and their pitching is getting better. They're right now on a 5-game winning streak. So the San Diego Padres are definitely not a cupcake like they used to be. So you better watch out for them. Of course, the A's are still doing good. The Yankees are coming back. The Rays are winning that division still. My Cardinals are making a comeback. They're only 3 games out from the Cubs. But I don't know. You gotta watch out for them Padres. Now, the Braves did something that hasn't happened since I think it was 07, 08, something like that, when the Rangers won 30-3 over the Orioles. The Braves the other day won 29-9. And that's a very impressive stat considering that's the second highest run count in the last 100 years. I think it's 120 years. So 29 runs, it's quite a lot. And the sad thing is the Brewers also won 19-0 that day, but they were the second best score of that day. You win by 19 runs and still didn't win by the most. That's quite crazy. Alright, so let me go back to college football real quick. We did have a college football game last night. We had Miami versus the UAB Blazers. It went kind of exactly how I thought it would. Last week I said that Miami could be in a little bit of trouble. They kind of were. They weren't dominant. They didn't just go out there and just beat up on UAB. The final score is 31-14. D'Eriq King is still not that great. I don't understand why everybody's so hyped up on this guy because he throws ducks. He throws really bad ducks. He can't get it 20 yards down the field without overthrowing people. Yes, he can run, but he cannot throw the ball. So Miami's going to be a lot of trouble. They're not going to win more than 7 games, would be my guess. If they even win that. And that's... Oh, the U being back would be good for football, but oh my goodness, they are such a disaster. But guys, I don't have a whole lot this week. I hate to say that. I'm kind of running out. But if you're feeling froggy, you should check out my mom's Facebook page. Her name's Christina Dawn Pollard Winkleman. She has started to make some wreaths, some decorative wreaths. They are actually all sorts of different variety, different colors, different everything. Check them out. See what you guys think. She's trying to start a little bit of a business. Also, my friend Rita, check her out. Check out Beautiful Eats, and that's Beautiful Space Eats with a Z. Check out her YouTube channel. She makes some delicious food always. So give them a shout out, guys. That's all I've got today. Hopefully, I will have a lot more material later. Just not a whole lot going on right now, but there's about to be. So, thanks for listening. Have a great day. This is Sports Life. I'll talk to you next week.